Hi, I'm Iridium. Hope you're doing all right today. Review time from the car. Could be the last one this week. I'm not saying it ain't going to happen again. I mean, I've done so many videos from the car this week. I think this might be my 7th or 8th one. So many releases out last Friday, the 24th of September. That's why I'm doing them in the car, in case this is the only one you're watching. Now, it's raining. Of course, I'm in England, so it's going to rain. It's absolutely hammering it down out there, but I'm inside the car giving you my last review of the 24th of September's releases. And man, what a brilliant release day that was. If you look back on the whole year, perhaps the best so far. Not only because of how many, and there's some great ones, but I think I might have come to one of the best ones from last Friday. So, and one of the most surprising ones, I mean, I left this till last. I don't know why I left it till last. I didn't know a lot about it. So I just thought, right, I know it's a melodic rock sort of genre, but I'm going to leave it till last. Don't know nothing about it. It's Danny Danzi. Now, apparently, Danny Danzi came out with his first album in the 90s at some point in time. I think the early 90s it might have been. And then he brought out another album. I think he might have only brought out 2 or 3 albums. And he sort of got into the producing and recording and engineering side of it, mastering sort of side of music. And I think this is the latest album, or the last one he's done was 18 years ago. So there you go. I don't know a lot about Danny Danzi. He's an American guy. This is on Escape Music. It's 15 tracks, 76 minutes long. And I suppose 18 years away, why not? I'm not usually a big fan of massive albums like that, but 18 years away. Apparently this is 10 years in the making, obviously from the beginning of the songwriting and everything. And it's a concept album as well. Now, we're not talking some progressive rock and metal concept. This is pulled straight out of the 80s, melodic rock, AOR, probably bordering on heavy rock, I suppose, more. You know, less AOR, more melodic rock, heavy rock. But so melodic. And I'll tell you what, this is one of my favourite albums, and I'm saying it again. One of my favourite albums of the year. Seriously, if anyone thinks that music ended in the 80s and they're into that sort of genre, just play on this album. Just play on this album, but it's as good as, if not better than, a lot of the stuff that was coming out then. This is an amazing album. It's just full up with hook after hook after hook. By the way, it's called Tribulations. I don't even think I mentioned that yet. Now, the concept is just basically based on Danny Danzi's life and the challenges he's had to go through in life. So, you know, it's not like they're all linked together. It's just, I suppose, lyrically, he's looking at the things that have happened to him. The album's obviously produced by Danny Danzi because he's a producer, engineer, recording, master, whatever you call it. He does everything. And I'll tell you what, I'm just blown away. I am literally blown away by this album. He does the vocals and the guitar. He's got a great voice. A really good 80s style voice. Sings clean all the time. Just got a really nice tone. But the most amazing thing about Danny Danzi is his guitar playing. Honestly, he's one of my new favourite guitarists. He is amazing. You should hear some of the guitaring on this. Intricate riffing with melodies all the way through it, breaking off into really cool things. The solos are just amazing, shredding mixed with melodic stuff. He just blows my mind on this album. Honestly, seriously, the guitar playing this is a guitar player's dream, this album. Think of all them guitarists in the 80s that you loved and you really miss. And you just miss that real, like, amazing guitar hero stuff. This guy does it. Along with the ride, he's got Joe DeFalco and Guy DeFalco. So Joe is the bass player, Guy is the drums. Man, they do a brilliant, brilliant job of also bringing back that 80s sound. Let's not totally annoy Danny Danzi and the guys to say that it's totally 80s. is. I think that's what they're going for. But also they've got modern touches. The production's great, you know, and there's some real heavy riffing in there sometimes. I suppose bordering on metal, you would say, at times. So all the guys wrote this album, so they should be proud of themselves. They produced one of the best albums of the year. No bullshit. Like I said, apparently it took 10 years in the making. And to tell you the truth, you get 15 songs, 76 minutes. That's 2 albums worth, isn't it? A band produces an album every 5 years these days. And he's obviously a busy boy with his producing anyway. So I absolutely, like I said, I love this album from start to finish. I love every track for its own different reasons. And I'm going to run through track by track. It's going to take a little while, so I won't spend too much time on each track because there's 15 of them. So I don't want to bore you to tears. But we start off with Accountable. Straight away, the guitar work just hits you. You think, wow, this is going to be special. As soon as I put the first track on, I knew. The guitar work behind the melody of the track is amazing. The song is never forsaken, though. It's all about the song and how catchy it is and the hooks. But the guitar is just that added bonus you get where you're like blown away. Like I said, guitar fanatics will be really happy with this. The solo's amazing. Let me just say now, there's soloing all over this album. Every solo blew my mind, and there was something amazing about every single one of them. Real guitar heroics here. And one thing I forgot to mention, what was the thing that you had in the 80s that every band, one of those melodic rock AOR sort of bands had? Backing vocals that just was so sweet and just melted, you know, into the song. That's what you get. Saccharine backing vocals here. Amazing. So Accountable's the first track, and it's a brilliant start. Don't is next. Don't walk away. This is ballad-esque. Clean guitar through the verses, beautiful hook-laden harmonising chorus. Again, solos just blow my mind again. Frozen in Time is the next track. Another one that's just brilliant. Classic rock stroke metal riff, I would say, starting this one off. Sort of a stomping rhythm section going on here. Some guitar solo, like squeals and stuff, like, you know, trickery going on throughout the song, dotted about. So 80s infused, this one. This lead solo is outstanding, and a brilliant end to the solo as well. It's just, there's like a twin lead bit at the beginning, then it goes into the normal solo. Just amazing. Carry Me Back is the fourth track. Heavy riff kicking off, real groove laden there. Sometimes they've got a real groove about them, this band. A slight blues sort of influence, but not, I'd never say it's blues rock. But you know they've got that groove, that sort of blues groove with their heavy rock. Amazing chorus again for Carry Me Back. Harmonising vocals all over it. Back and forth into those heavy riffs throughout the song. What a brilliant album. Anyway, It Is What It Is next. This is a real fun track. Sort of a almost pop metal track with the way the song's written. But it's got the guitar in it still. This would have been a huge like MTV 80s track. Like, you know, in 35 odd years ago. The great thing is that no matter how sort of poppy this song gets, the guitar is always high in the mix, and it is throughout the album. American Dream is next. That great groove-laden heavy rock is back. A brilliant metal sort of slightly bluesy tinged riff comes in and out. And man, the backing vocals, I've got to mention again, they're so good. It seems like they've taken 10 years on the backing vocals to tell you the truth. It's that good. The solo. That's all I've got to say. The solo. Cold, Hard and Dangerous is track 7. Another metal bluesy riff kicks. Such a fun track, this one. Remember when music was fun? You got it back for this album at least. Another sugar sweet harmonising chorus. Broken is track 8. This is a brilliant song. Has more of the slight modern feel on this one. Slightly. But man, it's so instant. Clean guitar verses, a brilliant chorus, still using those amazing harmonising vocals. Just listen to the end of the song if you ain't convinced about these backing vocals. It goes a bit a cappella towards the end. Amazing. Hanging On is track 9, a bit of a southern feel here. Not a lot. I'm not saying it's a southern band, you know, it's a southern track. It's just got a slightly southern feel. Heavy groove guitar kicks in again, and it sounds excellent. Danny Danzi is keeping everything so melodic though, but touches upon sort of different styles slightly. with a lot of these songs, but it never sounds disjointed. It's a heavy sort of melodic rock album throughout, with little tinges of other stuff. Restitution is track 10, man. I just can't get enough of the great riffs on this album. It's just on and on, every track. They carry on here in that great sort of heavy rock groove again. They've got some squealing guitar heroics here and there. It's just mind-blowing. Another great track. We get a very cool acoustic passage here, sort of to break things up before it goes back into the song via another shredding solo. Where Do We Go is next.
Where do we go from here when all is lost and still we live in fear?
This is a real sort of metal track. It sounds really metal when it first comes on. Such an amazing riff yet again. Really ramps up the energy. Repeating myself yet again here, but the chorus is just amazing. Possibly the heaviest track so far, but so catchy. Absolutely brilliant. Shameless is next. The heaviness continues with that groove-laden hard rock. This is a real sort of soulful track, especially vocally, which has some slight blues feels again. Help Me Out. You know how 80s had that sort of slightly bluesy feel now and again. This is what you get here. Help Me Out is track 13. A bit of a faster, heavy rock and roll vibe here. A little bit of a funk feel in the verses. Only a little bit from the guitar. But the chorus is just pure 80s melodic rock. Arms Wide Open. Maybe the standout track. Superb. It's 7 minutes and 1 second long. This song started and I just had a smile on my face straight away. Perfect melodic rock AOR melody leads into one of the best songs on the album. Pure 80s rock candy for everyone that craves those, you know, those times 30 odd years ago. If you crave them back, this just satisfies every crave you've got. Sort of journey feels throughout this song. Perfect. There's a sort of a 2 minute, so you get 5 minutes of the song and then you get 2 minutes of a solo, like a Neil Schon-esque solo. Amazing. And then Forever is the last track, the 15th track, and the journey vibe for me sort of continues a little bit here on a brilliant last track to finish off. It's an amazing AOR song. The album is outstanding. It honestly gives you everything you want. And I go on about ticking the boxes of all these, you know, what you want out of an 80s album. If you love the mid-80s, and that was probably my favourite time, you know, you're talking 85, 86, 87. This is it. It's got it all. But I don't want to take, like I said, anything away from the band to say they're stuck in the 80s. I think they're delivering that 80s promise. And I think, you know, that they're going for that. But they're putting little niches of other stuff in, you know, and little different vibes here and there, which is absolutely outstanding. But just touching on the guitar work again, man, if you love your lead guitar, if you love a load of really busy playing, but never losing that melody within the tracks, it's the album for you. Danny Danzi is just, he's an amazing musician. Other guys in the band are just brilliant. They match him with what they got with that bass and drums. They're just fantastic. They keep it so tight. Tribulations is the album from Danny Danzi. Highly recommended to anyone who watches this channel. You will not be disappointed, and you get 76 minutes of it as well. Amazing album. Let me know what you think in the comments. Have a little listen on YouTube for a couple of minutes if you ain't sure. All the tracks are on there, but support the artist. Get it. It's brilliant. Absolutely amazing album. I'll see you soon.